The internet is seeing record-breaking usage, guys. With everybody being at home, quarantine and chilling, streaming services like Netflix are using up all the bandwidth. As a matter of fact, the European Union, pretty much unilaterally across every nation over there, is asking like, hey, can you guys please lower the quality of the available content so the internet doesn't break? And they've agreed. Netflix, on average, uses about 16% of the world's internet. So that means at any given time, about 1 in 16 users is using Netflix globally. That number is pretty much doubled or tripled in the past, 2 weeks. And it's not expected to get any better. So if you're over there in the UK, I know y'all probably watching Top Boy, but it ain't going to be in top quality. If you're worried about job security, delivery drivers, IT technicians, and if you work for a cable company, your job is probably good. Everybody else, unfortunately, we're seeing record-breaking layoffs. Over 1 million people alone in the US are expected to be laid off and lose their job. It's pretty fucked up. But the Fed, led by the Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, AOC, the squad, all of them, the good guys, have finally gotten to an agreement with House Republicans for this $2 trillion stimulus deal, right? So basically, if you are an individual who makes below 75 grand a year, you're going to get a nice little $1,500 check sent to you. If you're married, as long as you guys jointly make less than 150, you're still going to get that check sent to you. Now, if you have a kid, it's even better because you get an extra $500 per kid on them checks. And for all of those people that are going to be out of work and have lost their jobs, you get an extra $600 per week added on to your unemployment benefits. And now they've expanded it so that way if you were a gig worker, somebody that was doing like Lyft or Uber or something like that, you can now file for unemployment and get it and still get the $1,200 check plus your unemployment benefits. So shout out to the Democrats because before that bill was fucked up and it wasn't doing nothing but giving money to companies. And last but not least, much like everything else in the world, the Olympics is canceled. Boy, that shit is CX. The International Olympic Committee came out this morning. It's all but unofficially said that there will be no Olympics. This year is going to have to wait till 2021, citing training deficiencies and, quarantine. No Olympics, no NBA, no NFL, no NHL, no MLB, no HIJK Elemental P. With all that's happening, I know you guys are probably about to shoot yourselves in your heads right now, but I gotta ask the burning question. Did you die, though? This is Quarantine Talks.
Self-quarantining.
The quarantine order.
Quarantined in their...
Held in quarantine. Quarantine.
The quarantine in place.
Quarantine for the required 14 days.
All I see is signs. All I see is dollar signs. That's how some of y'all niggas finna be with these checks. Money on my mind. I just had to start it off and see, man. Once again, welcome, guys. Welcome to another episode of Quarantine Talks. Like I just said, a lot of you guys is going to be getting that bread. Please don't do anything stupid with it, like go to the strip club. But segue into my next topic. A lot of the gig workers. So a gig worker could be anything from essentially like a stripper to a fucking barber to an Uber driver. Like a lot of these people have been hit the hardest, And so with this, there have been very creative ways to still keep the money flowing. As a matter of fact, Magic City actually did a debut of like a virtual strip club type of situation. I did not see. Unfortunately, someone hit a tree or something around the way, and my internet has been down since 4 and it's not come back up yet. So I didn't get it. I missed that. I don't know. Like, what I'm saying? I'm stuck in a house on quarantine with no internet, bro. Like, what? I'm about to drive to like the Beltline right now and just sit and look at the trees or something. Like, it's bad, bro. But yeah, man, like I said, a lot of people have been coming, have how do you say, I was reading something, I was listening to something, and it was basically like, yo, creative people need to start creating. Facts. So creative people going to create. I mean, that's the reason why you got this podcast. That's the reason why you got Magic City out here in these streets, these internet streets, doing private like IG live dances, I think. I'm not really sure how this works, but somebody that went there, explain to me what went down. Cause I'm so confused. On a high note, shout out to DJ D Nice. He threw probably the best dance party that anyone's ever had, and everyone was invited to for the comfort of your fucking living room. He had over 100,000 motherfucking viewers at once, bro. Motherfucking First Lady Michelle Obama, Joe Biden, Oprah, everybody was in that zone, just chilling, getting it. Since then, a couple of other people have done it too. Shout out to the other DJs. One of my favorites, DJ B Hen. He was actually live last night. Caught a little bit of that. Just shout out to everybody doing concerts and stuff for their fans. This is a really good idea. Still stay connected to people, especially when a lot of things have had to be concert. I myself personally was supposed to go to a Katra or a Katranada concert May 1. So I talked to my homeboy, he got the tickets. I was like, yo, we probably ain't gonna make that, right? He said, well, at first they said May 27th, then they said May 15th, and then basically they sent an email saying back, nigga, we don't know. That's the email he got back. Basically, a long-worded version of nigga, we don't know. Nigga, bro, we don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. So, the new norm. It's the new norm. Social media in and of itself is seeing, this huge surge. TikTok is breaking records right now. I don't know if they're publicly traded, but I feel like I should buy stock if it's not too expensive. Shout out to the Robinhood app. Not an endorsement, just a much needed plug. If you got the bread, hey yo, take some of that $1,200 check, bro, and throw some of that sideways if you can into some of these stocks. Go into airlines, go into hotels, go into Uber, whatever. If you can, just think critically about things that are gonna go up and things that are down that may possibly go back up. You know what I'm saying? If you buy airline stock, airlines is hurting right now, but motherfuckers ain't finna stop flying nowhere. The planes will be back up. We don't know when, but they will be back up. So yeah, just if you got some extra money, just throw that shit in the Robinhood account, hit a swish, get you a couple stocks, get your money to grow up, and actually take a look at capital gains tax rules as well. I'm not going to go into that because I'm not specifically sure how to explain it, but basically if you keep your money in for a year, you pay way less tax than if you were to take it out, sooner. So say you invest in $30 for Uber at $10 a share, and then it goes up to $300 a share, and you're going to be up some, I don't know, a lot of money. I'm not doing math. We didn't do well at that. Okay. I'm not finna do that. All right. All I'm saying is if you were to wait a year, if you can wait to take out that money, you're going to pay way less tax on it to Uncle Sam versus if you take that money out as soon as it hits. Now, that doesn't include selling off shares to buy more stock. That's a very good thing to do. However, you kind of have to understand the market and understand how stocks work to be able to do that. So yeah, download Robinhood, man. Take a look at it, and you can basically, you can get some good returns. In other news, y'all's president is out here, telling these stupid motherfuckers, stupid. And I hate to say that as a blanket statement, but if you live in America right now, and you are seeing the way that this administration led by this president is handling this crisis. First of all, let me say this. This is the second time under his presidency that this country has had to shut down. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, oh, well, the world shut down. This is very true. The world is shut down. But we as a country wouldn't be in the situation that we were in if your president wasn't online telling people, your president wasn't on TV telling people that it's not a big deal. We're going to be just fine. Businesses should be open by Easter. Just like if he wasn't. Breaking news, my internet just came back. Yo, one of the in front of the webpage is like reloaded. Oh my God. Is that internet? They said it would be back at 11:49. It's 11:34. Look at Jesus. Look at God. Look at God. All right. Whew. I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving it in. I'm leaving that in. But yeah, I got sidetracked by the joy of internet returning to my life. Oh my God. Woo. I don't think y'all understand. All right. So, but like I was saying, man, y'all's president is out here wildly doing irresponsible shit, urging people to go. Like, he's just not, like, if it wasn't for him, if we had, like, say, Obama, for instance, we would have had a team that would have been equipped and prepared for this pandemic and wouldn't be in such a shit show. You know what I'm saying? New York and Seattle and Louisiana and whomever else wouldn't be dealing with this shit on such a large basis. There wouldn't be so many deaths. Hospitals would not be under-equipped with the supplies that they need. Basically, your president, if you voted for this motherfucker, is a dumbass, and he's inept, and he's incompetent, and he is wildly and horrendously unfit to be president of these here United States or any country. I don't even think he should govern his own toilets. I feel like he should have somebody else. I feel like Barron could do it, even though he's 5. I feel like he's greatly more like, you know, like just qualified for any position that the president of the United States can offer. On a silver note and a silver lining, he has showed us that anyone can do anything that they fucking want. All right. Anyone can do anything. All right. No longer can I sit up here with my black ass and say that I can't be president of the United States because I'm not qualified. Bitch, have you seen this motherfucker? So, I mean, like, that's the silver lining out of this presidency, along with, you know, unity and, you know, certain things. But I mean, I don't know if the fringe benefits are better than the actual deal, but yeah, we will go there. Also, something very interesting is happening because of Corona. Everybody knows mass incarceration is a very fucked up thing that happens predominantly to black and brown people, and it has been doing so since, I don't know, the beginning of time, or at least the beginning of this country, i.e. slavery. With police being, in this country, the slave catchers. So all police in this country share original roots from slave catchers. So that's why black people's, you know, relationship with the police ain't that great. That's why we don't really fuck with them like that. And that's why we don't trust them, because they were slave catchers. You know, the people that were brought here and made to do work and basically propped up an entire economy. And then when they decided that they didn't want to work for free anymore and they wanted to, you know, leave, we were killed, hung, mutilated, raped, beaten, all of that type of shit. But yeah, mass incarceration is an issue. Community spread in tight quarters in a place like jail is definitely a fucking issue. So a lot of states are letting people out of jail. So New Jersey, Cleveland, New York City even are actually letting low-level offenders, people that are in on probation violations, they are letting these guys go, get out of the jail system because they're like, yo, this is just too deadly, it's too dangerous. So another silver lining out of this pandemic that I don't think anybody saw coming is the government letting black people out of jail. Go figure. Like, no one saw that coming. And in a very weird twist of events, Tito's and Anheuser-Busch, the company that makes beer, and Tito's Vodka, they are ramping up production to make hand sanitizer. Like, that is, I mean, an alcohol company making alcohol-based hand sanitizers, I would argue, is like probably it's a logical leap. It's something that I feel like is a good idea, but I just didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming, excuse me. Like, who would have thought? I don't know. Like, it's just very interesting times that we living in, guys. And ayo, newsflash. We have really only been in a hardcore lockdown for like 9 days, bro. Like a solid week and 2 days. Hardcore lockdown. Shit been locked down and closed down for a good 9 days. Like almost 2 weeks ago, life was regular. And now we're here. started from regularity. Now we here in quarantine, y'all. Like, this shit is wild how quickly things changed and how just like, I feel like we took everything for granted. Like, just going to the bar and, chilling with your folk or going to the club or nothing. Shout out to the club promoters. I used to be a club promoter. They hurting right now. I don't know. I mean, I really hope y'all had y'all bread stacked up. Y'all had some other lines of something. Cause clubs ain't been open in 2 weeks, bruh. That's rent and car note for some people. Like, they hurt. Like, man, it's real out here in these streets. And I want to end off on a note. Probably if you're listening to this podcast right now, if you're listening to me speak, you are not one of the people that this applies to. However, some of you may have family members or friends or, associates, boyfriend, girlfriend, something like that. Please, 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 all of you motherfuckers targeting Asian people, other Asian Americans for hate crimes because of the virus. First of all, the virus came from China. This is true. But you beating up on a Korean American who had nothing to do with this is not helping anyone because you're wrong on two fronts. Number one, you're beating up, you're hurting and injuring another human, but you're not even injuring a human that had anything to do, whose country had anything to do with this virus. That's the first thing. And then second thing, let me just say that if you are going to target Asian people because you feel like somehow, some way, they have done something wrong to you for a disease that they had no control over, then you might as well, we gonna hit at the root of this, and you might as well strike at all Europeans and white people that you see, because the time to close down borders and prevent disease from coming into the United States was not 2 weeks ago. It was 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Please stop this shit. Shall we not forget that they brought over all of the things, syphilis, smallpox, the measles that wiped out an entire group of people in the hundreds of millions. All right. Let people that are in glass houses should not throw stones. All right. Because like I said, if we're going to go after Asians, we really need to go after white folk. If we're going to start with the original sin, let's get back to the OG originality of it. All right. So please stop that shit. And so now I'm going to bring the podcast to a close right at about 15, 20 minutes or so. And I just have to ask, back to the original question. Did you die though? Did we die though? I know it's been a rough week. I know this has been a rough month, a rough 2020. My God, Kobe, so many other things. But did you die though? Did we die though? I'm gonna say no, because you're listening to me right now and we still here. We still here. See y'all next time on another episode of Quarantine Talks, guys. Peace. This episode of Quarantine Talks was produced and edited by me, your boy, Jay Carrington, aka JC. And I want to give a special shout out to Travis Chapman Art. He is the person that created this extremely hilarious rendition of a classic painting of some guy panic buying toilet paper. Like, that's actually really funny. I saw it and I thought it was pretty clever. So if you're looking at this on the gram or anywhere else, you're gonna see this cover art, and I just want to give a nod out to him. Again, that's Travis Chapman Art. Thanks guys so much. Stay healthy. Peace.